This AskReddit user asks, what's the closest thing to magic in existence? Gravity. Gravitational force is one of at least 4 fundamental forces in physics. Gravitational, electromagnetic, weak, and strong forces. I'd say all of them have the same magical quality to them. Isn't gravity believed to be the weakest too? This mass warping spacetime. We just don't understand it. Really. Light. Conception. Psychedelics. I see you're a man of culture as well. I still don't understand them, but they're fun. Dreams. The fact that the core subatomic particles are just vibration. All of reality is built on that. Nothing's solid. It's just that some things are closer together on a molecular level. A lot of quantum physics sounds like someone taking industrial quantities of LSD. Speakers. It is just so crazy that magnets connected to thin paper-like materials can vibrate in a way that can recreate exact sounds. Music. Voices. With just a little electricity. Oh man. Yes. Not just that they can make it vibrate and produce sounds. That part one get. The fact that a single simple speaker can produce so many different sounds at the same time is what I can't grasp. Like drums and a guitar and a bass and a voice all at the same time. Surely those all require very different vibrations. As another has said, the vibrations are so fast you can stack multiple vibrations on top of themselves without really losing the quality of any of them. You can kind of think of it as the faster vibrations kind of ride the wave of the slower vibrations. Check out the top image here. Link. While the speaker is pushing itself outwards a large amount to make a slow vibration, it can make smaller, faster vibrations on the way out. I get impressed by eardrums for the same reason. Like it's just moving in and out, and that pace can produce every combination of sound humans have ever or will ever hear. Once I wrapped my head around that, it seems like speakers were just common sense. Quantum mechanics. Teleportation. Action at a distance. Faster than light travel through entanglement. Love and vivid dreams. Love is amazing. It's hard to believe that we flawed beings get to live in a universe where love exists and is available to us. The Internet. Everything is magic. Can't think of another timeline where I can speech to text on a device that will have hundreds, maybe thousands of other humans read my thoughts across this piece of rock being kept in orbit in this vast darkness. I always think this about planes. Vehicles in general to a lesser extent. But especially planes. We can travel across oceans and mountains in giant metal birds. It's remarkable when you think about it, even from the perspective of humans a couple of centuries ago. Let alone humanity's beginning. Gravity. Fall. Plane. Naya. Gravity. Stay on the ground. Plane. You fool. You absolute buffoon. You think you can challenge me in my own realm? You think you can rebel against my authority? You dare come into my house and upturn my dining chairs and spill coffee grounds in my Keurig? You thought you were safe in your chain mail armor behind that screen of yours. I will take these laminate wood floorboards and destroy you. I didn't want war. But I didn't start it. Gravity Falls was a great show. Sunlight energy. Spooky action at a distance. Quantum mechanics. The Internet. You literally have the last few thousand years of humanity in your pocket. And we use it to argue with strangers we'll never not only meet, but also not change their minds. No, we won't. That's where you're wrong. Nuclear chemistry. I think it's pretty amazing and magical how our body heals itself. You scrap a knee. Few hours later you have a scab. And then it's gone if you leave it alone in a day or two or however long. Birth. You weren't here first. Then you became a cell. One cell. Then you became the version of yourself today. It's fascinating to think about. All life is just a self-perpetuating chemical reaction started a billion years ago. What people call love is just a chemical reaction that compels animals to breed. You love your mama. Boy. Quantum physics. I understand literally 0% of it. But I watched a documentary the other night and it is basically magic. Anyone who thinks they understand quantum mechanics doesn't. Richard Feynman. Welp. That quote hits like a slap in the face lol. I'm about to do my first quantum physics class next semester. I'm both excited and terrified. Wireless technology and radio. Point A to point B with no physical connection? Witchcraft. Putting a seed in the dirt and it grows into food. Flowers. Etc. FG smartphones. Like how the FKU fit all that internet and ST in a brick is beyond me. Especially relative to the things that have been done with far less powerful computers. I assume you mean stuff like the moon landing, space stuff. The computers themselves weren't very powerful. But they did very specific things incredibly well. Kind of like comparing a commuter car to a race car. Commuter car can do many things well. But the race car is specifically built to do one thing very well. Going fast. The fact that electrons can pop in and out of existence for no apparent reason. Science. It's the closest thing we have at least. It's a discipline that can allow you to harness forces to a powerful end. You need to define magic properly though. Code. I can make a huge array of things out of literally just writing undecipherable incantations in a magic book. This you can create a tool, app from scratch that can make people's life so much easier. Char magic _book. 42. You're not just getting promoted. You're also getting a raise. Life. Music. With music we are compelled to dance and our minds are able to travel time. And experience feelings from long ago. Yes. Music is magic. Should be higher up. Instantly change feelings. Instantly change the mood of a room. I'm not even a music buff at all and still can feel like magic. I'm surprised this isn't higher up. All of our advanced technology is certainly impressive. But the ability to manipulate someone's emotions and connect with them on a basic animalistic level simply through sound waves is pretty DN magical to me. Getting 3 kids to school on time. The double slit experiment. It's actually a real-life magic trick. Mapping apps. It's hard to believe that you can enter 2 addresses anywhere in the world and instantly get an exact route between them. Some sort of wizardry is involved. It's crazy. It all boils down to a graph of dots with lines between them. Some lines take longer to travel on than others. Traffic, speed limit, etc. The shortest path between the starting dot and the ending dot is your route. Open shortest path first. Actually OSPF would make for terrible driving directions. Quantum mechanics. I love Newtonian physics. But when you delve into QM, makes me feel like a child again. Full of wonder with how little we really understand. Sufficiently advanced technology. Like a toaster? Now imagine this. But for 4 slices instead of 2. Every 4-slice toaster I have ever owned has one side of it break down. So it was just an oversized 2-slice toaster. I wonder if I have been cursed. Or the gods punish people who own 4-slice toasters for hubris. Just like the angels came down on the Tower of Babel. The gods curse those who reach above their station by trying to toast 4 slices of bread. Grilled cheese. Video. The crazy sequence of events that goes into even a simple video sequence. From capturing the footage to showing it on a screen. Absolutely blows my mind to where I cannot for the life of me fathom being the first person to even conceptualize it. Lucid dreaming. Being able to take control of your dreams is pretty crazy and you can do a lot of cool things if you want. I've never been able to, but I've always wanted to. I would just have fun being Superman and see what I can do. I had it figured out as a kid. Although I mostly just used it to FK in my dreams. Oh, prepuberty. Jealous. I always wake up when things are getting fun. Life. FG magnets. Even scientists don't know how they work. And if they say they do, they're just lying and getting me PD. Edit. For those who don't get the joke. Here's the song it's referencing. They do know how they work. What they don't know is why it works. Just like gravity or time. Hey Vsauce. Michael here. Quote. Link. They work using movie magic. Deja vu. It makes you feel like you're in the Twilight Zone with seemingly no concrete explanation as to why. As someone who spent hours upon hours in a darkroom learning how to develop film and enlarge images to make prints, digital photography and Photoshop Lightroom are literally magic. Magnets. How do they work? Underpaid. They unionize. The union is great. They really stick together. Chemistry. The ability to have a thought and then make it become real. I always believed that words are our magic. You can break a person or save them. Inspire change or swindle the mind. There's so much you can do with words. I found this very poetic. Technology's gonna get advanced enough to the point where you can't differentiate it from magic. Garlic bread. Time dilation. In short, gravity f's up time big time. Wouldn't recommend flying next to a black hole if you don't want to skip years on Earth. You don't need a black hole for this. Just travel at a high speed relative to something else. It happens on the ISS, just not much of a difference. Consciousness. That's what I was thinking. You were being conscious. Ya think? Quantum physics. The very fact that we exist and are conscious enough to realize it. Sometimes when I'm in bed I try to ponder why anything has to be. Why does the universe exist? Why can't it not exist? I run into a literal thought block trying to imagine nothing. Yeah, it always makes me uneasy thinking about it. Like, why are we the only species with conscious thought? Most other species, if not all, can't even recognize themselves in a mirror. What makes humans so smart? How do we know they don't have some form of conscious thought? While our definitions are based on centuries, if not millennia, of philosophizing and experimentation, ultimately they're still based around human intelligence. Kind of like the idea that life is carbon-based. What if elsewhere in the universe it's neon-based? Or elements operate completely differently? A change in perspective. You can turn a bad situation into a good situation simply by shifting your perspective. Exactly this. I was on a flight once stuck in the middle seat between two sumo-sized people. It was very uncomfortable. Then by sheer luck I had a fart brewing from the KFC I had the night before. I let it rip and the discomfort on their faces made the remaining 4 hours of that flight so much more bearable. Hocus pocus victim to perpetrator. Anesthesia. We've been doing it for decades but we still don't really know how it works. It just makes you sleep, bruh. I feel like if it just made you sleep you'd probably wake the FK up when the scalpel slides in. The concept of energy is pretty magical. Are you talking Bill Nye energy or History Channel energy? Electricity. If they discovered electricity during medieval times, would they ban it and see it as witchcraft, or would they use it for torture? According to Mark Twain in A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court, it would be a sorcerer's thing. It's a fun book. Check it out if you have not already read it. Pretty much all of Twain's books are fun to read. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more videos.